Otep, this is Kwame Kenyatta. I want to speak on the climate of activism and protests and engagement that is going on throughout the U.S. and the world with people of African descent and supporters. It has been a long time coming. You cannot continue to disrespect the humanity of a people and not expect them at some point to be backed into the corner and to come out swinging, to come out fighting. We are humane people, and so we do not celebrate death, we celebrate life. At the same time and to the same degree, we do not accept death, and that's the death of our people at our own hands or the death of our people at foreigners' hands, people outside of our nation and the community, because we are a nation and we are a community. And yes, we have been divided. And yes, like other nations of people, Europeans, 89% of white folks kill white folks, and other people amongst themselves kill themselves. We understand that much of the fratricides and genocides that exist in our community is a result of brutal oppression and exploitation over the years. When you take a people and you enslave them not for 1 year, not for 100 years, but hundreds and hundreds of years, and you deny those people their sense of being, you deny those people their sense of culture, you deny those people their true religion, their name, their music. You strip them raw and lay them before the world. And then when you say that they are free, free with what and free to do what? And so this is not just a combination of police shootings. There have been many police shootings over the years. Blacks have been in conflict with the police since the police was founded. For the most part in this country, the pattywaggers was founded on retrieving runaway slaves. They were never designed to protect and serve the black community. That doesn't mean that in modern time there are not those who see it as their duty to do just that. And there are those who wear the uniform and the uniform doesn't wear them. And we understand that, we accept that. But they're part of an institution that do not see humanity in the people that it is supposed to protect and serve. But that's just one part of that institution. They're part of the military wing of an institution politically, economically, and culturally that do not see or respect the humanity of people of African descent. And because of that, we are in constant conflict and constant turmoil. It will not end with the demonstrations of today. It will not end with the protests of tomorrow. It will not end with shootings and killings. It will only end when we can affirm our humanity through our self-determination, through our empowerment of self, through us creating, building, and maintaining for ourselves. Because until then, others will not respect and accept our beingness. And so while we are demonstrating, while we are protesting, while we are defending, while we are attacking, ultimately we must build. And we must build upon the wealth of culture and history that have been left for us by our ancestors. We must have land. We must create upon that land. Land is the basis of all economic wealth and power. And upon that land, we must begin to look at creating and building not only wealth, but the health of our community, as I've talked about in other postings and videos that I've done that goes into more detail. We, at the same time, cannot divorce ourselves from our brothers and sisters who are engaged in social protest. Some must build and create, because when you leave the battlefield, you must have somewhere to retreat to. You must have some place to go and eat in peace. You must have some place to go and sleep in peace. You must have some place to go and pray in peace. So we have to build. There are four fronts to a war: the front, the back, and each of the sides. And so everybody can't be at the same place at the same time. Those who have the experience and the skill to build and to create must do just that. Must make sure that there's a foundation upon which to stand. But we must never lose our sense of community. We must cease fire. We must stop the violence upon ourselves, by ourselves, as we seek to stop the violence by others upon us. We must root ourselves in our spirituality. I didn't say our religion, I said our spirituality. And our spirituality must tie us together regardless of what our religion is, if it is rooted in who we are as a people. Because if it is not rooted into who we are as a people, then it will only make an enemy of us by having us worshiping and praying to something that is foreign. But we're not going to get into debate about religion. So we make it our business to lay our foundation upon our spirituality, our belief in our spirituality, our belief in our God. Not what we call God, but in our God. And in that God being a reflection of who we are. And yes, we're not trying to alienate our supporters, those who are marching in solidarity, those who are helping in solidarity. Let them continue to do that. But we must lead our movement ourselves, for ourselves, because others have already created. We're behind time. We're behind time. Nothing stands forever. So as the monster that our people and our ancestors have fought, that monster cannot live forever. But because the monster has been so great, When the monster comes down, we must make sure that it does not fall upon us. So we must step outside of the shadow of the monster so that when it comes down, it does not fall upon us. So my brothers and sisters, continue to struggle, continue to embrace, continue to engage, continue to protest, continue to build, continue to grow, continue to build institutions, continue to seek independence and self-determination and empowerment for the black nation and for our people. Let us not be divided. The enemy will come to demonize those who are engaged in struggle. They have done it before, and they will do it again. Whether we agree with the movements or the organization, let us not rise up against them to show our enemy that we are not them, because that's what they want you to do. So let us not fight against the movement of the people. Let us do what we feel are necessary in our different vocations in order to create unity and to build towards progress. Free the land. The struggle continues. A people united can never be defeated. Peace.